Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be making keto cinnamon cookies. So first we're going to heat the oven up to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Now to our bowl, we'll add 2 cups of almond flour. Now once we've added our 2 cups of almond flour to our bowl, we will add 2/3 of a cup of coconut sugar to it. You can also use like erythritol or something like that, but probably not ours. So yeah, if you because it's like way sweeter, so don't use that for this recipe. Use coconut sugar or monk fruit or erythritol. I'm just using coconut sugar. Now once we've added 2/3 of coconut sugar to our bowl, we'll add 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, now we'll add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt to our bowl. Now once we've added our 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt, make sure you're using sea salt instead of table salt. Just try to use sea salt. If you don't have sea salt, then you may be able to use table salt. So now we will stir it. Now once we've stirred our bowl, we will microwave 2 to 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Now that we've melted our 2 to 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, now we'll add that to our bowl. Now once we've added our melted butter into our bowl, we'll add 2 large eggs to our bowl. Now once you've added your 2 eggs to your bowl, make sure there is no shells in it. Then stir it. So now I have stirred all of this in, and don't worry if yours is getting almond flour at the bottom and stuff, and it's still looking almond floury. Then just keep stirring, even though it looks like it's going to be too dry. It's actually not. So now let's add 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon to it and stir that in. Now that you've stirred it in, get out a pan and put either a silicone mat or parchment paper, something to keep the cookie dough from sticking. So now you will put your cookie dough onto the pan, which you've put your silicone mat or parchment paper, whatever you're using to keep the cookies from sticking. Put it onto the pan and get into as good as a cookie shape as you can. Okay, now that we've put our cookie dough onto our pan, we'll put it into the oven. That you've put it in the oven, set a timer for 12 minutes. It'll probably take more time, but you can just adjust the amount of time after. Okay, now we'll get out a small bowl and get maybe half a tablespoon about of coconut sugar, and then get about a fourth of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and put it in the bowl. And now mix that around. And this is going to be the cinnamon sugar we put on top of the cookies after they're cooked. So just keep stirring it until you can't see any like really flat or really grainy spots. See, those are not cooked enough. So I'm going to wait another minute. I'm going to see if these are ready now. And yes, they are 2 minutes later. They might look a little bit too cooked, but they actually aren't. With your mix of cinnamon and coconut sugar, now we're going to sprinkle it on top of each one. So now that you've gotten your cinnamon coconut sugar mix onto it, that's the end of you baking your cookies, and now you have very soft snickerdoodle cookies. So I'm going to see if it's soft like I want it. It is very soft and chewy. A little bit crunchy on the edges, but still very good. And it tastes exactly like a snickerdoodle cookie.